Hey y'all, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. So I want to talk about a couple things. I want to talk about the Democrats. I'm not trying to make a political based channel here, but the Democrats are morons. You know, what they don't understand is Donald Trump has done more in the time that he has been president than almost any other president has. Now, I will agree with you. He's not politically correct sometimes, and he's definitely extremely outspoken on certain things. But I'll promise you, he does more for us than anybody's ever done. And I can promise you this: if he's going to do something, he's not going to be on CNN or Fox News, or which I believe is, CNN is fake news. I truly, straight up believe that. And some of the people that work for Fox News is fake news too. So, but that's another story for another day. What I have to say about this is, Democrats, get your damn facts straight. If you're going to go on national television and say that people, do you realize that we have a 3.9% unemployment rate? That is the best. Not only that, I own a tree company, and I struggle to find great workers because there's so much work, because people are spending money in the United States, and we are able, the workforce is very not good right now. I mean, it's hard to find great workers and great, because there's so much work out there. So that's what I have to say about that. The second thing I have to say about is, the reason why the Democrats cannot stand Donald Trump so much is the fact that they don't have nothing on his ass. And you got all these people yesterday standing in news with a stupid Democrat lady, man. Should put her in prison. What Donald Trump really should truly do is put Hillary Clinton in jail. I truly believe that he should arrest her. He should get her arrested. He should put her in prison. General Petraeus, or I think that, excuse me if I say his name wrong, I believe he leaked accidentally one top secret letter and lost his career over it. That stupid woman deleted 33,000 emails and is still sitting in her big fancy dancy house and making tons of money by doing speeches and every other thing. So she's a crook. She is a crook. She is a dumb crook. She should be put in federal prison along with Barack Obama, because he's an idiot too. And I'd tell him that straight to his face if I saw him. The worst president in history. Absolutely the worst president in history. George Bush did a good job, although he did raise taxes. George W. Bush, George W. Bush, he kind of jumped the gun there at the end there where he said we won. He should have just kept his mouth shut. I even think I read an article a couple years ago where he regrets that. But people, gotta get your facts straight. People need to listen. We need him in 2020. The last thing we need is Joe Biden or any other stupid senator or congressman. This country does not need a congressman. This country does not need a governor. This country does not need a senator. This country does not need a congressman. This country needs a businessman to run the day-to-day business. Warren Buffett is extremely successful because if he don't know how to find or how to do it, he gets the best of the person to do that job. But see, we have our Congress here that is screwing over Donald Trump because, half of those positions, because of Congress, are not even filled. And some of the people are doing temporary jobs until Congress gets off their butt on the Democratic side and does their job. So, a lot of it has to do with the Democratic Congress that is lousy. So, this isn't a case of, Donald Trump isn't doing what he's supposed to. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to. The fact of the matter is, people are screwing him over, okay? And, you have to think about something. Barack Obama took a salary and got paid to become the President of the United States. Bill Clinton took a salary. Bush took a salary. George H.W. Bush took a salary. Reagan took a salary. Carter took a salary. Everybody else took a salary. I believe this is the only president, other than a governor, Mitt Romney, I believe he did this job for $1 because he was mandated he had to take $1. Other than that, he didn't do it for the money because, Mitt Romney doesn't need the money. And, Donald Trump doesn't need the money. In fact, he takes his salary and gives it to veterans or whoever he's going to give it to, the quarters. And I think that's the most amazingest thing. I'm telling you, it's awesome. You can learn by him. You can learn by reading about Warren Buffett. You can learn by reading all these wealthy people out there. You can say whatever you want about Donald Trump. And people can say whatever they want about this man. But they really need to listen and read between the lines of it. Okay? He's not stupid. If he doesn't know how to do it, he gets the best person to get the job done. And that's what people need to understand. People need to get off their ass, excuse me for using that language, and start really researching and start really reading and start truly understanding politics and truly understanding how government works before you stand up on a stage and, I forget his name, let's say, people don't really like how the income is going. Well, I can tell you this. I have clients who have made more money with Donald Trump in office than they have made since Reagan was in office. So that tells you something. Because he knows what he's doing. He is providing jobs in the United States. That's where jobs need to be. We need to look out for ourselves before we start sending, $2 billion to here and $1 billion to there and $1 million to there. Because nobody sends us nothing. Nobody does that for us. Why don't we get $100 billion from China? They just give it to us. Or why don't Russia give us $100 billion or somebody else? You don't see them sending us money. We're always sending money to them. Or we're doing this for them. We should be doing for us. Us is what's important. What you also don't know is when the pipeline in Alaska was done, the United States government promised that's why we would have the cheapest oil prices. We were supposed to have the cheapest oil prices. Okay? They promised every gallon would come back to the United States. We've never seen one drop of it. It was a big scam. And we pay for it. The fact of the matter is, I bet you if they knew, the Eskimos knew what they knew now, what they knew then, they would have never allowed that to happen. And we need to do something about it. That's what it takes. The government should step in and do something about it. We should have $1 per gallon gas, or maybe $1.52 for diesel, or $2 for diesel. Fuel prices should never get above $4 a gallon. That is the oil companies getting rich off of having to do everything. Okay? They're screwing the American people. It's it's like these CEOs of Exxon and CEOs of Mobil and CEOs of all this Google and CEOs of what is the other one there? Apple and CEOs of this. They're millions upon millions upon millions of dollars with all these options and all these benefits and all these stock options and stuff like this. People, human beings, Americans. The President of the United States, that's a $450,000 a year job. 450 grand. That's it. Has to run the whole country. That's what he gets paid. Should open some people's eyes. Okay? Really? Superintendents of school systems, most of them suck. And get paid $150,000, $200,000 a year, or like $180,000 a year to be a superintendent. You should make, if a teacher makes $40,000, you should be making $90,000 a year, maybe $100 grand. Okay? Do you really need to make $159,000 or $189,000 or whatever it is? No, you don't. You should make a teacher's pay, maybe a little bit more, maybe have a couple other perks in order to, once you get the superintendent, you can get that job. But come on. Money is the destruction of all evil. People need to really understand.